welcome back to our channel again, the Edubus Learning. So in my previous video, I have already explained all the first 5 years from 2010 to 2016, all the 6 years. The questions I have already explained in which part and along with the which questions that it will came. You can see that on the screen, it is 2015 questions which was came along with the circles and probabilities, and already I have explained in my previous video that one, and now I'm going to explain for the 2016. So as I have already told you that you can pause the video and then calculate, then do it by yourself, and then you can find out the answers also by yourself, and or otherwise you can go to my video where I have showed the solutions in my previous shares and dividends videos. There I've explained the several numericals I've explained, and you can find the similarities in there, and also there are the theory part in another video where I have given that one too. So if you are new one, then you can go to my previous video, then learn from there also. Now I'll move to the next one for the 2016. In this particular question on the screen, you can see this one came and the 2016, and along with the questions was regarding the construction and trigonometry. So in our first one that I have said in the 2010, it was again also came along with the construction and trigonometry. That doesn't mean that it will come in certain after the 6 years it repeats itself. No, that doesn't happen. So just I'm giving those things so that you can learn along with the questions it came, and it also came with the section B part, and which is the optional part. So if you are going to solve this type of questions, right, regarding the shares and dividends, which is very easy chapter, so you have to also be good, or you have to do the solution, or you have to be make yourselves prepare for the others chapters too, likewise I am mentioning whenever I'm displaying any of the questions. So in this particular one, you can see that Ashok invested 26,400 on 12% rupees 25 shares of a company. If he receives a dividend of rupees 2475, find the number of shares he bought and the market value of each share. Very easy question that you can see the 26,400, that is the investment. So in the that was the investment, and the 12%, that is the rate of dividend, and the 25, that is the face value. And if he receives dividend of 2475, dividend also mentioned, that means we have to use the investment formula to find out the number of shares, that and also the market value you need to find out. So if the dividend is given 2475, so you have to use that formula. That you can see in the previous one that I showed you, that if you need to find out the number of share, you can apply the investment by market value, but here market value is not given, but instead of it the dividend is also given. So you go through this formula, the dividend equals to number of share into face value into rate of dividend, and you can see the face value and rate of dividend already given. So from that one you can easily find out the number of shares is bought. So here we will put the one, that 2475, the dividend equal to number of share, I'll take it at x, and face value 25, and rate, that is 12%, that means 12 by 100. If we calculate, you will get 4 and 3, and the value of x will be 2475 by 3, that means 3825, that means 825 number of shares he has bought, and the market value of the each share. So for that one you can use the formula of investment, that investment by number of share, that means it gives the market value. Very easy one, so you can solve it by yourself too. So if you have solved it by yourself, then then listen my explanation and match your solution with it. So now we'll move to our next one in the year 2017. Well, this is our next question, which came in the year 2017 along with the other questions with matrix and probability, and that one is a 4 marks 3 marks question. And this question said that how much should a man invest in rupees 50 shares selling at rupees 60 to obtain an income of rupees 450 if the rate of dividend is declared 10%? Also find its yield percent to the nearest whole number. So how much should a man invest? That means it need or it asking you to find out the investment, and to calculate it the given data are given rupees 50 shares, that is the face value, selling at rupees 60, that's the market value, income rupees 450, that is the annual dividend, and the dividend rate of dividend is declared as 10%. So to need to find out the investment, you need two things: number of share and the market value. Already you got the market value as rupees 60. Now you have to find out the number of shares. So to find the number of share, already I have shown in the previous question that there, when we are going to find out the number of share, we have used the formula of the uh, income or the annual dividend. So here also annual dividend is given 450. So again we will apply the same formula, that is 450 equals to the number of shares. We will take it as x into face value, that is given as 50, into rate of dividend, that is given 10 by 100. So if you apply this formula, you can easily find out the value of x. So the cancellation, you will get x equals to 90. So 90 number of shares he has purchased. And now you need to find out the how much of money he has invested. So investment means number of share, that is 90, into the market value, that is 60. If you do the multiplication, you will get 5400. And now you need to find out is yield percent. Yield percent means the how much of money he has yield on his investment. So that means the rate of return. So rate of return means dividend. Already you have got the 450 divided by the investment, that is 5400, and into 100. So cancel them and divide the value 450 by 54, and then come to its nearest whole number. You have to take the approximation and then take the nearest whole number of it. You will get the answer very easily. And you can see the questions are not too much tough regarding the others, but just you have to read it carefully, you have to understand it as in full, and then you have to go to the solution, and then you can see that will be just a piece of cake. Okay, so next I will come to the your question came in the 2018, that is the problem number 9 regarding the numbering I have done regarding my previous video, that where I have explained the first 6 sums, and that is the 9th sum. In the previous question in 2017, it was came with the matrix and probability, and now that on the display you can see the question which came on 2018 along with the APGP and reflection. So this particular question, it is said on also it has been came in the section B. So in this question you can see that a man invests rupees 22,500 in rupees 50 shares available at 10% discount. If the dividend paid by the company is 12%, calculate the number of shares purchased, annual dividend, and the rate of return he gets on his investment. Give your answer correct to the nearest whole number. Already it is mentioned, give the answer nearest whole number. Okay, from the given questions you can find out that investment, that is 22,500, 50 shares face value, 10% discount, so you can easily find out the market value, already I have shown you. And if dividend paid by the company is 12%, that is the rate of dividend, need to find the number of share purchased. So number of shares means face value, the investment given, and the market value you can easily calculate. So investment by market value, you can find out the number of shares. And number 2, the annual dividend. So annual dividend, you have to use the formula, that is number of share, that already you have find out in number 1, the face value rupees 50, and the rate, that is 12%. And next one, the rate of return, simply the dividend or the annual dividend you have calculated divided by the investment into 100. So that means the annual dividend, whatever you have calculated in the number 2, whatever be the value, divided by the investment, that is 22500 into 100. By using this one, you can easily find out the number, the rate of return, that you need to find the rate of return. So you will get this one, and you have to find out the nearest whole number. Maybe it will come in the fraction or the decimal number, so you have to just take the nearest whole number of it. That will be the answer. And not so much tough one, but a tricky one. Just you have to concentrate on the sums, whatever it is given on its total, the description, go through the data, and then you can easily find out the solution of it. So I hope you have understood my explanation, and that one of the regarding the came with the APGP and the reflection. So now we'll go to the next one, which came into 2019. That is a very special year. On the display, the question is the year 2019. It's a very special year because in this particular year, in a question, the two questions were came from the shares and dividends. One in the section A, along with the linear inequation and statistics, and another with the section B, combining with the statistics and ratio and proportion. So we will come to the second question later, which came in the section B. Now this is the question which came in the section A. That is the section A part questions, and this question states that a man invests rupees 4,500 in shares of a company which is paying 7.5% dividend if rupees 100 shares are available at a discount of 10%. Number of shares he purchased and his annual income. So his investment is given rupees 4,500 and the company paying the rate 7.5%, rupees 100 shares, that is the face value, and at a discount 10%. From that you can easily kind of calculate the market value. That is the market value will be at a discount, so it will be subtraction, that means 90. So number of share he purchased, so investment is 4,500. So here I can see, or you can also calculate it, the market value is rupees 90. So the number of shares, that is investment, that is 4,500 by 90, and now if you calculate, that is 350, that is 50, that is 50 number of shares he has purchased. Now his annual income, so you can apply the direct formula, that is number of share already you have find out, that is 50, and the face value, that is 100, and the rate, that is 7.5 by 100. So by calculating this one, you can easily find out that the 375 is his annual income. Quite easy. So in the section A part, it's quite easy questions. Now we'll go for the section B, when it came in the 2019 in the same year. That's why I have said that is a very crucial. So that's the question which just came in the section B part, that Sachin invests 8,500 in 10% rupees 100 shares at rupees 170. He sells the shares when the price of each share rises by rupees 30. He invests the proceeds in 12% rupees 100 shares at rupees 125. Find the sale proceeds. Sale proceeds means the amount he has collected after selling the previous share. So from the previous share you can see that investment is given, that is the investment, that is 8,500, and 10%, that is the rate of dividend, so that is the rate, and 100 share, that is the face value, and 170, that is the market value of the first one. Now from that one you can see that the number of share is not given, so you can easily find out the number of share by dividing the 8,500 divided by the 170, that is the market value, so 170. So if you do the cancellation, you will get 50. So 50 number of shares he has purchased. Now you have to find the sale proceeds. So whenever he is going to sell the whole of the thing, means whole of the 50 shares, he is going to sell it in the new market value. What is the new market value? That is said that the shares when the price of each share is rises by rupees 30. Previously it was 170. Now it is raised by rupees 30. That means the new market value will be 200. 170 plus 30, that is 200. So the sale proceeds will be 50 into 200. That will be the sale proceeds of the first one. That means the answer of the first one. The number of rupees 125 share he buys. Already he have totally invested the amount, that means the sale proceeds in the second investment. That is, you can see that was the sale proceed, that 10,000. This amount of money he has invested in the second one, which is available at the rupees 100 as the face value and 125 as the market value, and rate of dividend is 12%. Now by dividing the whole of the thing, the 10,000 by rupees 125, you can easily find out the number of shares he has bought for the second type of investment. And now the change in his annual income, similar as the previous one. Already in previous 2 or 3 questions I have already mentioned how to find out the change. That means you have to find out the annual income in the first investment as well as the annual income in the second investment, and then subtract them and you will find out the change. So that was not so much tough, but The previous one was much more easier. So it was came in the section B along with the statistics and recent proportion in the year 2019. Now here it comes the questions which was came into 2020. Question which came in 2020 in the last year, which came along with the statistics and IPJP. The questions, it is a little bit lengthy, but you can see that a company with 500 shares of nominal value rupees 120 declares an annual dividend of rupees 131 at 15%. Need to calculate the total amount of dividend paid by the company, the annual income of Mr. Sharma, who holds 80 shares of this company, and if the return percent of Mr. Sharma from his shares is 10%, find the market value. So three things you need to find out: the amount of dividend, the annual income, and the market value of each share. So fine, first the total amount of dividend paid by the company. So for this one, don't use this number of 80 shares because that is only for the number of 2 and as well as whenever the Mr. Sharma is mentioned. This one is for in general. So you have to calculate this amount of dividend from the previous data, in which you can see 500 shares, that is the number of share, rupees 120, that is the nominal value, that is also mentioned the face value, and 130, that is the market value. Oh no, so it is the annual dividend, that is 131 is given, and 15% is the rate. So that is the not the market value, it is the declares the annual dividend of rupees 131, that is the annual dividend declares. And at 15%, so 131, no, actually in 131 is the market value. It is quite not easy to understand the market value. That is the face value, that is the rate, and the above one, the 500, is the number of shares, the number of shares. Okay, so you need to find the total amount of dividend. So for the dividend, use the formula, that number of share 500 into the face value, that is 120, into the rate, that is 15%. Okay, so from that you can easily find out the total amount of dividend paid by the company. Now if in particular, if a one person, Mr. Sharma, who is holding the 80 shares, in that one you are going to use the same formula for the dividend, but here the number of share will be changed to 80, not the 500. Okay, now here if the return percent of the Sharma is 10%, percent is given, so need to find the market value. How to find the market value? That particular thing already I have explained in my previous one, that the first one, whenever I have explained the 10 to 12 sums altogether in one particular video, there in a particular sum I have shown you, if the rate of return is given, how to find the market value from there. Okay, you can go through the video and you can easily find the solution of it there. So here I am giving the hint that we'll use the formula, that rate of return equals to the dividend by investment into 100. That formula we going to use, but how, that will be in our previous video. You can go to there and check it out. So this question was came along with the statistics and APGP in the year 2020. So thus I have completed the whole of the total 11 years, the sums, along with the total of 12 sums in all total 11 years. In 2019, you can see there were 2 questions were came, as the VAT portion was omitted in that particular year. So that's why you have they are going to give the 2 questions from the shares and dividends. And now the new portion, the GST, is included in the syllabus, so you will find it, the GST, also in our video in the next later one. So just keep practicing and stay focused, because you know the situation, you have to learn it from here also, and you can do the outside also. So just keep focused, practice it hard, and I hope in this video will help you to understand the whole of the total, the part in which way the question comes in the year questions, and along with the part, the subparts which alongs together it comes. So I hope this video will help you to understand it very easily. So until the next video will come for our channel, keep watching. Thank you and bye bye.